Hey guys, and welcome to Brick Nerds. My name is Beckett, and I am definitely a brick nerd. Today, this is episode number 15 of the Brick Nerds podcast, and we are going to talk about it all. And yes, when I say we, Carson is going to be joining me on this podcast today. Carson, want to say hi?
Hi, guys.
So, Carson, today we're going to be talking about a lot of things. Smart bricks. Who would have thought that there would be technology inside Lego, right?
I honestly didn't think there was ever going to be that far advancement in Lego.
And Lego shoes. You can wear bricks on your feet. Now, does it look good? Lord of the Rings Lego sets, Carson, you're Lord of the Rings fans, and we're going to talk about whether it's actually progressing or not, because I don't know. I haven't been a Lord of the Rings fan ever, so I think it's cool, but I just haven't gotten into the Lord of the Rings yet. Carson's working on it with me, but we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about Lego education. Lego is trying to teach kids new science concepts. And Lego sports, there's Lego editions, which you might not believe it, but for you soccer fans out there, you can also go and grab a Lego set off the shelves right now. Well, March 1st, there's going to be the FIFA World Cup and a soccer ball with a stadium inside. There's also going to be, we're going to talk a little bit about, just a little bit, but about a new Lego app. More technology. Maybe Lego is going to switch to 100% computer someday. And we're going to dive into all that right now. All right, guys. So what we're going to start with is the Lego shoe dilemma. And it might not seem like there is one, but there is. A lot of Lego fans have been getting really upset over the Lego Nike deal, and why can't we have our own size of shoes? It only, like, the Nike Dunk Retro, the low ones, those only go up to a size youth 7, and that's big kids. Why don't they sell them in our size? Because wouldn't it, Carson, don't you think that they would make more money?
Yeah, because I think Lego is mainly directed towards kids, and that's what they've been trying to do for a while. So why stop doing that now?
Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be for kids, but when they keep stressing, hey, it's for everyone. It's for everyone. Why would they do that? Not do that with the shoes? And there's actually some really big problems, and even though there's one shoe right now that actually does fit adults, as far as I know, and that is the new Lego Crocs. And while they don't look like shoes, they are. They're actually supposed to be made to look like 2x4 bricks. Actually, 3 different 2x4 tiles stacked on top of them. You can see that it actually incorporates those layers. And I think that it looks ugly. Really ugly. Carson?
Yeah, I'm not so sure about it. And another thing, the price. No.
$150 for Crocs. I haven't had Crocs in a really long time, but I'm sure someone in your family has. Carson, what do you think that, like, is that overpriced?
I'm pretty sure that's overpriced. One of my brothers just got new Crocs recently, and they were expensive, but not that expensive. I think it's mainly because of the Lego partnership, but still, I understand. I think I might wear those, but I probably wouldn't wear them everywhere. But the price probably should be bumped down a little bit.
$150, and based off of what I've seen, you can't actually wear them that much. There's no arch support. It's not actually designed to be like a shoe. You can't wear it all the time, or else it can mess up your feet.
So
And
it's mainly just a display piece.
yeah, it's a meme Lego set. You know, we talk about that all the time with things like Star Wars, but
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it. I think that Lego is a meme. It only messes up. Well, I think people give Lego too much backwash because it is a really good brand, and I'm not sure why people always have to diss it and never give it any credit. Whereas these are really cool shoes, but for your price tag, and they're not supposed to be like everyday shoes like some of the other Lego shoes are. It's really showing. We're talking about Lego making money, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is really forcing Lego to make so that adults have to pay, because this is the only thing that's in their size range, and it only goes up to 13s. I wear 13s, sometimes 13 and a halves. My basketball shoes, my Giannis's, they're 13 and a half. Most of my shoes are 13s. Some of them are like 12 and a halves. So I was really frustrated when in August or sometime over the summer when I found out, oh my gosh, there's going to be Lego Nike tennis shoes, Air Maxes. And I saw the pictures and I was like, heck yeah, I'm getting them. And they only go up to like a size 8 in youth, not even in men's.
I might be able to wear those, but
it's very frustrating. And again, if you were a child, would you, I mean, so Carson, you can fit into them. Would you rather get like these shoes, or would you rather have the ones that you can actually wear more often?
I think I would have the ones that I would wear more often because I could genuinely use them and other people might recognize them. But these clogs, or like Crocs, whatever you want to call them, they will be recognized. If it's bad for your feet, I'm probably not gonna wear them.
Another thing, there's some more shoes on the Lego website. There's actually a ton. So if you are a child with typically under youth 7 and under, you can go to the lego.com and purchase some shoes because there's some sweet ones. There's actually, I mean, I guess for Nike Dunks, I'm not a huge shoe person, but I do have a pair of Dunks, and these ones are $122. So it's not overpriced, but it's also not like, it's actually pretty good considering it's Lego partnership. But for youth 7s, again, I mean, what kid's going to spend $200 on yellow shoes? I mean, I would, but that's different. I'm also on a podcast right now talking about Lego. So
yeah,
there's also the Nike Air Max Dunks, or not Air Max Dunks, but and those are super cool. Super duper cool. It even has studs like on the shoe. And I think that they're really cool shoes. Surprisingly only $155, which sounds like a lot, and especially for kid sizes. It's rated 2.4 stars on Lego, which is not good on regular standards, and especially not for Lego. And
it's
I
a
think
shoe turbo tank.
Yeah, it's a shoe turbo tank because they really tanked this one because, again,
like, I mean,
why is there not bigger sizes?
Yeah, like if that was bigger sizes, I would buy it if the price was a little bit lower. But with the price in my right size, no.
Back in the day, there were Adidas. Adidas is like an Adidas Lego partnership. I heard about that, and M&R. He said he actually has a pair of those shoes, and those were adult shoes. Why can't they do that for us? Normal shoes, like the ones that I'm looking at right now. Why can't we get like full-size Nike shoes? Who cares about full-size Nike Crocs?
that you can't even wear.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You can, but like,
you can wear them, but I wouldn't walk out in public with them. They're just not meant to be like that. They're just a collector's item. And I think that's messed up, that it's only a collector's item. Now, another thing is, why are they making them $150 to $200? I get that's the price of most Lego shoes or any shoes now these days, but like that doesn't seem in the price range that I would choose if I was trying to market these and do all that kind of stuff.
I think if you marked them down like 50 bucks lower, it's gonna be a lot more buying out of it and probably more profit. Because if you're only taking $50 off it and you're having over 50 more people buy them, you're getting a lot more money.
Yeah, and why, again, like I'm bringing this up again, why do the Lego Crocs look so much worse than the Lego Nikes? That's let's say you do wear the right size for either of them, then what's to stop you from getting the Nikes over the Crocs? That's just, I mean, I know that Crocs, they only make stuff like that, just kind of like rubber. They're cool, but it's not what I would personally do. I think that they should make like the actual Croc, like the most famous Croc, the general one, rather than making a customized one. Even though the brick's way cooler, because
Yeah.
I think that there'd be a lot of potential in a Lego regular Croc.
I think Lego was just trying something out. It's like they didn't release like a bunch of different colors of this, so they're trying something out. If it backfires on them, they might do just that. And they could do like, instead of the holes for Croc charms, you could do studs for Lego specific Croc charms. Like, I don't know. I think they were just trying something out.
And one of my biggest things about Lego is, and this is just all of Lego, but in the sense, because we're talking about shoes right now, shouldn't Lego like make prices for the people who could afford the size? I mean, again, they're tiny feet, tiny shoes. Why should they up the price because it's little people?
I honestly don't know. My one thought is it's cooperative with Nike, so Nike and Lego both have to get some money. So if they bump it up, they both get a good deal of money. I think that's the only thing that I can think of. But like I said before, marked on the price, way more buys and a lot more money.
Mm-hmm. So I'm a big business guy. I mean, like, I'm obviously not, but at the same time, I just like talking about stuff like this. Who do you think would like get more money since it's a shoe?
Probably the Nike. Sorry, probably Nike. They probably are making the shoe. Lego might be just buying them from Nike. So I think Nike would get the majority of the money, but it could be Lego.
That's what I would have to guess, because there's Nike Lego sets. Lego's gonna make more money off that because it's them, it's their product, and it's just Nike brand is included in that. Whereas with the shoe, it's the same thing. It's the Nike brand, except with the Lego customization feature.
Yeah.
And they're just selling it on the Lego website. And they also, I think that there's also more from the Lego Nike partnership. This is a little bit off topic, but there's outfits and stuff. I think that they're pretty cool, actually. There's some nice stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what do you think about Lego Lord of the Rings? All right, Carson. So here's the Lord of the Rings set that most of them have been from this year. And honestly, I'm no fan like I like the way they look. I want Barrador just because I think that would be a cool display in my house. Every time I go to Shields, I'm really considering it. Every time I go to the Lego store, especially, I was there when it first came out, and I saw it on display for actually a couple times, I think, because I went up there. I had to go up to Des Moines several times. Anyway, uh, and I've just been blown away by it. What do you think? As far as past Lord of the Rings sets go, as far as Lord of the Rings fan would have to say, what do you think?
I think they're definitely going in the right direction. They're going for a more theme of the bigger parts of Lord of the Rings. They're not doing smaller sets, sort of like how Star Wars is doing battle packs. They're not doing that kind of thing. Mainly just big sets. They came out with Rivendell, then Barad-dûr, then the Shire, the Balrog, and then now Sauron's helmet. And actually, they're coming out with Minas Tirith, which was released recently. And these are like some of the biggest parts, like not the Balrog and Sauron's helmet. These are like the most memorable places in the Lord of the Rings. And they're doing great jobs, really high quality sets. They look amazing straight from the movies. And yeah, it just looks really awesome.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, the Minas Tirith. Actually, all these sets are well, the Sauron, the Helm of Sauron, and Minas Tirith. Those are both on our newsletter, bricknerds.home.blog.
Yeah.
You might be able to find a couple of them on our website, which if you go to our YouTube homepage, click on that there. The link's there, or I'll leave it in the description. So you can go to our website. Also, it's not very search engine friendly, so you're going to have to use the link. And it probably looks like something a scammer would use or a hacker because, again, it's a free domain, a free website, so it's like a bunch of random letters and numbers. So just ignore that. And that's exactly what a hacker would say. I promise you I'm not a hacker. Anyway, like I said earlier, I think that these are really impressive. And actually, Rivendell is, well, both of them, they're actually relatively not bad. Rivendell and Barad-dûr are not bad price, while the Shire, that's the only really exception, I would say, to overpricing. That's the only one that's overpriced.
There's one thing that comes with it. There's a gift with purchase with it. It's if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it's the beginning scene of the Return of the King, Smeagol and Deagol fishing in a boat. That might be why, but I don't know. It's a little bit overpriced.
And yeah, so that makes sense. Obviously, that's retired now, so I think that they could have bumped down the price, but they didn't. So
yeah, but I think Lego Lord of the Rings is awesome. They haven't done it for I forget how many years. When I was just like 4 or 5, I got the Lego Lord of the Rings set. It was a really small one. It was like one of the last ones that was made for Lego Lord of the Rings, and now they're bringing it back, and it's awesome. I just rewatched Lord of the Rings, and seeing all of this just makes me really happy, especially with Minas Tirith. If you haven't seen it yet, what it's going to look like, you really need to see it. You should check out our newsletter. But it's microscale of city. On the back is the Hall of Kings. It's really in depth, and all of these are really good display pieces. Match really well together, especially if you have like I was talking to Becca earlier, and it was like if you have the Helmet of Sauron and Barad-dûr right next to each other, looks intimidating. If you can fit the Balrog in there too, it looks awesome.
Yeah. So speaking of Balrog, I think that the book nooks are really cool. I know that they don't do Percy Jackson stuff, and I would like to see some Percy Jackson sets, and I think that that'd actually be a really cool start. I know that they did the Harry Potter platform 9 3/4.
Yeah.
And they did the Sherlock Holmes. I don't think that they're overpriced. I just think that they should have like maybe done a little bit less pieces because I don't really necessarily want to pay that much, $130 for a book nook. But again, it's not overpriced. It's right on target, right at that 10 cents per piece. It's just a lot for a book nook.
Yeah.
But
You were
it
talking
is
about
a Lego book nook
yeah.
and a
You
display.
you were talking about Percy Jackson earlier. I was hoping that it's on the new Disney Plus series is out there now, and that could be an opportunity for them to do some Lego sets about it. Maybe they're still working on it, maybe they're not, but that would be really cool if Lego expanded to that.
Well, if I get accepted into the Lego Ambassadors Network, then yes, there will maybe I'll try to get out of the leak if there's a Percy Jackson set coming our way. I hope like I said, I hope there is. I think that there'd be some really good content in there just because it's mythological and all
Even
this
if they
crazy monsters and stuff, and it would be really cool.
even if they just started with like the big scenes like Lord of the Rings is, and then go into smaller scenes,
Yeah.
that would just be awesome. Like in the Lord of the Rings sets, they're doing new hair pieces and new weapon pieces for like almost every character, redesigning the outfits. If they make new hair pieces, new weapons, like for every character, that's gonna be like next level, and they would definitely be able to do that.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think that would be cool. Do you think that like it's gotten that they've started putting more effort into the Lord of the Rings theme than they did in the past? I know that you said that you were a little
Yeah.
about that set, but still.
I've seen some of the other Lord of the Rings Lego sets, and they were doing more of kind of like I'm just gonna relate this to Star Wars again. Like they're doing tiny battle packs, sort of. They did have like a giant tower of Orthanc, which I don't think they're gonna do that again. They might be able to, but I just got the mini small part of Orthanc, and they were just they were kind of just like sort of rapid firing. It was also when Lego wasn't super
Big.
developed. Yeah, and now that they're doing bigger things, taking more time to focus into it, they're really putting a lot of effort into it, and it's making a lot better sets than we had in the past.
Yeah, speaking of big, I just watched the movie Big this morning, and actually, I saw like he was in the FAO Schwartz or FAO Schwartz. I don't know how you say that, but anyway, in the store, and he was playing laser tag when his boss caught him. And anyway, and there in the case was like a Lego display. You know, back then this was the 80s, and they still only had like the pieces. They didn't really have sets yet, and it was kind of no, not kind of. It was really impressive just seeing. It was like not impressed. The build wasn't impressive. It was like this building, an office building with like a helicopter on top. It was really bad, but it was impressive to see how far we have come.
Yeah, and hopes for Lord of the Rings Lego in the future for me. They're going on the big theme, the big like memorable moments theme right now, and if they do Edoras, the capital of Rohan next, they could redo Orthanc again, or like a mini scale all of Isengard, Helm's Deep again, mini scale of that. Get a bunch of it in, but yeah, they're doing really well.
All right, that was going to be my next question. Do you think that it's like as good as it could be, or as far as you can see, have there been any flaws?
I don't really think so. Like, the one thing that I do have though is with the new Minas Tirith Lego set. It if it was just the mini scale, it would not be enough. It was not into detail. This is like this is the one set so far that they haven't gone to the same level with everything as yet. Like, and I understand it's a giant city. It's really hard to do everything in that, but they did mini scale. But the minifigs with the Hall of Kings in the back, really high detail in the back, makes up for it. But if they could still do as high detail on the outside mini scale, if they could, I'm pretty sure they did all that they could, but it just didn't look up to the same level. But yeah, they are still really doing really well.
All right, so well, it's funny that you said mini scale because even though it is mini scale compared to, I'm assuming it is like smaller than the actual city, right?
Yeah,
Like
so
as far as it could have been. Okay, so even though it is mini scale, this is a ginormous set.
like
Like
Baradur.
like off the charts. I didn't know that they could do that type of big. Like put that inside of a box. I didn't know that was possible. And yet it is. And like Carson said, it's, and we just keep saying this, and I can't stress to you how I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, but I can't stress to you how much you need to go to our newsletter and actually see it, the pictures and everything, because it's massive. I've never seen anything that big on that scale in plastic.
Yeah. So, like, if you go to our newsletter, if you're there right now and looking, the image with Aragorn in front of the front gate, that Aragorn would be about like he's like just the feet of the micro scale statue that's on that gate that they made for the front of Minas Tirith. So it's giant, really.
All right. Well, I mean, I think that these past Lord of the Rings sets have been great. And as I was saying, it just kind of looks something like something out of a movie. Lego usually doesn't communicate that when it as realistic as, I mean, again, I haven't watched the stuff, so I haven't actually seen how close it is. But if I had to guess, I mean, I would be saying that it's pretty spot on.
Yep, it's really close, matches it perfectly, and the director of the movies, Peter Jackson, he did really good interpreting Tolkien's words into a movie. And so I think Tolkien would be proud of what the Lego sets are.
Right. Well, if only he could see them today.
If only.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all I have to say about the Lord of the Rings sets. Carson?
I think that's all. Yeah, we covered a lot of ground there. And I just hope they keep pushing out new sets that are at the same level.
All right. Again, I'm a fan of Lego, not of this specific theme, but just all of it. And I guess, except for Lego Friends, don't agree with that. But it just doesn't seem right. And anyway, I am proud of what we have accomplished. I say we like I'm actually participating in it, but I'm proud of that. And yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. For our next topic, it is Lego Editions, one of the most controversial sets or themes for me. In my opinion, I think that everyone or all the other themes kind of just go with the flow. They have something for everyone, whereas this specific theme really aggravates me in a couple of ways. And I genuinely think that it could be considered biased or unfair. What do you think, Carson?
Um, it's definitely a little bit like it's like a gray area, as I would say. It's not standard Lego, I would say, like not like the actual pieces or the sets, but it's not actually like Lego to do something like this.
Uh, Let us know in the comments or email me at bricknerds21@gmail.com. But I think that why are they only doing soccer? I know it's the most football is the most popular sport in the world, but does that really mean that Lego has to enforce that and also make it so that why do they control what sports we have to like, what sports we can put into Lego, what sports we're supposed to enjoy?
Yeah, I think that it's probably Lego. Like I said with the Crocs, they're probably just trying something out. But even if they're just trying this out, I'm still not 100% with it. Though I am happy about soccer. I know you're not a huge soccer fan, Beckett, but I really like soccer. And it's fun to see it in Lego, but I just wish it wasn't in like a little bit of a biased way.
So even though it is biased, I do 100% support Lego Editions because I think that this is great for any of you sports fans out there. And I'm a big sports person. I might not seem like it might seem just like nerdy, but uh, I play baseball and basketball. Played football for a while. I like watching football, and I like watching baseball. I just don't like watching basketball. But I mean, those sports are super fun, and I hope that they're somewhat making basketball sets with the Lego Nike partnership, but it's not like 100%. There's just like weird looking sets, except for the Nike Dunk shoes. Like those were pretty sweet, but
Yeah.
it just looks weird. The other two do, the scoreboard thing and the brick built characters I'll never be a fan of them. They just look so messed up. I know that. I mean, I thought you were a fan of that, but I guess I was wrong. I just don't think that you should admit it. There's a reason why they custom make minifigures. Why they make them.
Yeah. Wait, so when you said built minifigures, like which version of them? Like almost like the giant Technic pieces?
The Bionic figures, the ones that like the Star Wars line that they made for a while.
Oh yeah, I used to really really like those, but I don't really use them anymore. They kind of fell out of my interest for me.
And also like literally the brick built figures.
Yeah, they've been doing that for Harry Potter recently, and I'm like, no,
it looks
it's
so
not working.
weird.
It's not working.
It looks awful. And so there are 2 sets with Lego Editions so far. There's a bunch more again on our newsletter. Go check that out, bricknerds.home.blog. Anyway, and as biased as it already seems to me, it gets even worse. They're going to make Messi sets and Ronaldo and 2 other guys that I don't know the names of.
And Mbappe.
So yeah, and so not only are they picking sports, they're picking players. And even if they are the best players of soccer, like that's messed up in my opinion.
I don't know. I haven't I definitely did not do as much research as you do, but that doesn't sound exactly good.
Yeah. Anyway, now about these sets. To me, there's the FIFA Cup and the soccer ball with a stadium inside. And I was talking to I was talking to Bentley. You guys probably know who Bentley is if you've seen our live stream or listen to episode 14 of our podcast. He's our manager here at Brick Nerds, and he's a big soccer guy. And he said that it looked nothing like the actual thing. And while I've compared the pictures, and it does not look very much similar. The actual thing looks a lot more curvature, a lot more dense, I guess is what I would call them. But this one, to me, it looks like a droopy ice cream cone with not much of a structure.
Yeah, I agree with some of that. I think it's definitely hard to sculpt with Lego. I'm not saying I could do a better job, but I think Lego honestly could have done a better job. But yeah. It also looks like there's is that 2 different shades of gold? It just looks weird. It might be the light.
There is 2 different types of gold on this set. One of them is to create what looks like a person to me. Again, I don't know anything about soccer, so I don't know if that actually is supposed to be a person. And they might be carrying like an Olympic torch or something, and it looks like there might be some type of smoke in the sky coming from the torch.
I know there's a person on it. I don't know what that other like blotch is on the on the sphere part, but if I just saw that, I was like, oh, FIFA World Cup, cool, soccer, Lego. Probably won't buy it.
Yeah, it's 2,800 pieces, and it costs only $200. So a great price per piece ratio, especially considering that this is something brand new, never seen before. And same thing with the other one; it's actually a really
Mhm.
good price. But I do think, like you said, sculpting is hard, and I don't think that you can really recreate it. As far as, I mean, it's such a hard shape. It's kind of
Yeah,
weird. The first thing they do is, oh, the FIFA Cup. Yeah, let's go at that.
I think
But they needed to come out strong. They needed to
yeah,
show how they could improve, how big they could do, what they could do, and I think that that's the ultimate goal, right? That's in
yeah,
soccer. That's the last thing that you're trying to get every season, and it's nice that they did that as their first. They're doing the fundamentals. They have the soccer ball and the FIFA Cup. The FIFA Cup is at the end. That's what you're working up to
yeah,
the whole season. And the soccer ball is obviously with the stadium inside. The stadium, again,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah. We have a post about that, I think now, or is that
It's what?
we made a post about that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was published yet, but
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't look far into that yet. I haven't had a bunch of time, but I just saw on quick glance, and it was like that's really cool. You can remove part of it, stadium inside, mini stadium, of course, but like it was recognizable as a stadium. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's really nice.
It's actually really recognizable as a stadium. I'm not going to go into the World Cup much more, but I think that the soccer ball with stadium is a set that I mean, not as a, if I'm saying that they could potentially recreate this into a foot a football.
Basketball, a lot of things.
Well, the reason why I was saying football is that actually, if you look on the inside, it's it looks exactly like a football stadium. And honestly,
Actually, that's 3 times the size.
on the pictures on the website, it literally looks like a full size stadium, not a miniature stadium. And the ball opens up really nice.
Yeah,
It's actually super cool. It looks great, and it's only for you soccer fans. It's $130, and I think that it would be a challenging first set, considering like all the exterior pieces, the exterior. Carson, what do you think? Like, I know that you're really good at the technical side of Lego. Do you think that it would be a tough first set just because of all the weird technic things and
yeah.
the
First
placing?
Lego set ever. Probably shouldn't.
It's just like a
It will.
sphere. So
Yeah,
I can't create. I wouldn't.
yeah. It's
I'm not sure if it would be easy for me to create a spherical shape.
yeah. I don't know why it's labeled 10 plus. I think if you're doing like the Star Wars helmets or like the Marvel helmets, those are both 18. Both of those like kinds of helmets are 18 plus. I don't know why this is only 10 plus. I would probably label that 18 plus. I know I'm not 18. I would probably build it anyway. But yeah, it's probably not a good first build for you. Getting more like Lego City first, but yeah, still a
Lego
good
City,
set.
or honestly, I also wouldn't suggest the World Cup, but I would suggest something along those lines, just a bunch of bricks.
Yeah,
If you were going to your first set, the reason why I wouldn't suggest the FIFA Cup is because
full
it doesn't look like a super easy structure. Press
It looks
down
like
a little bit too hard, and
a
if
lot
you
of
haven't had enough experience with Lego, and usually it probably would take like a set or two. Um,
the FIFA World Cup is labeled 12 plus, and the soccer ball is labeled 10 plus.
I think it's probably just to give some more inclusion. I bet there's parents out there that are going to follow those guidelines when they're
My parents don't.
buying. If they aren't used to their kid, like, and again, this is a new theme, so if you really only care about soccer and just kind of have been over to a friend's house before and putting together some bricks, and we're like, oh, Lego's kind of fun, but you know, um, the parent's not going to be used to someone like you, Carson, or like me, where
Yeah.
that's their life.
Yeah.
It's just the age recommendations don't really matter. For them, it's going to be different,
Yeah. Yeah. Both great sets though. Really good. Yeah. New addition. I would still like to see some other sports in there too. Especially like if they bring out football next and they're doing football players sets.
I think
Like,
that
I'd like to see
American
that.
football is it's not like even the second or third most common sport in the world. It's really only America and Canada.
Do you
But I think that it would be really simple. I think that they could make it exclusive to just the US even.
Yeah, but if they come out with like another sport like soccer that's like cricket, I know cricket's also a very popular sport. It's really fun too, but I feel like they need to get some more inclusion in there. Like soccer is like worldwide. They should do some more like country specific.
Baseball is one of the most popular sports. It's like the fourth, I think, or fifth. It's somewhere up there, but it's within the top 10, I'd have to guess, just because I know that there's quite a few countries that have like baseball areas, not necessarily baseball fields, but batting cages. I know in Thailand they got batting cages. I know a lot of places in Asia play baseball, and basketball. You know, with the Nike partnership, they probably won't be adding a basketball theme anytime soon. Or I don't know if Lego Editions is all sports or just soccer. So stay tuned for that. I do think that they need to make some more sports. Again, the football opening up with the stadium inside, they could practically duplicate the soccer ball with just a different casing, honestly.
Yeah.
I also think that they should make like collaborating sets for this. They could have like a bunch of things that you could make an entire soccer field.
Yeah, you could do like a 3-in-1 Lego set. Like I know I don't know how that would work exactly, but like you're yeah, you could have like a soccer field that turns into like a practicing arena or something like that. I hope it's not just display pieces. It's actual uh more interactive sets because if they're
It's supposed
bringing
to be
this
fun.
towards like yeah, 10 12
And
year olds,
so
it'd be
far, every other theme has figured out a way to do that. Maybe they started off slow, but well, except for Lord of the Rings. I know we were just talking about that and how great it was, but they haven't made any like really collaboration sets yet, whereas Star Wars has.
yeah.
Lego City is literally that's what the theme is collaboration. But the other ones, this one, I think that there's a lot of potential. It's a sport. It's a lot of interactive stuff, and I think that
Yeah.
they can do that.
Yeah. Both well, I'll say one's mediocre, one's pretty darn awesome. Uh yeah.
So how are the sets from a soccer fan?
From a soccer fan, FIFA World Cup, I recognize that as a FIFA World Cup, because I've seen it before. But if I didn't know what that was, I would guess it was like an ice cream trophy or something.
Mm.
But soccer ball definitely recognizable as a ball. I don't know if it's definitely recognizable as a soccer ball. But it is a soccer ball from a soccer fan. But they could probably do like a traditional soccer ball if they wanted to. But still good soccer sets.
Mm-hmm. And my last question about Lego Editions, you know, what do you think made Lego decide that they wanted to change their ways from basically a sports ban?
I honestly don't. I don't know. I've said this a few times before in this live stream. Just trying something new. They Lego, I'd guess like it's a lot of the same thing over and over again. If you only have like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Lego City, Marvel, they have like various different themes. But if they just stay with those, they're gonna run out of things to do besides like Star Wars, because Star Wars is constantly expanding. But they're gonna run out of ideas to do. So if they expand to something like sports or like Lego ideas they did a little while ago, and they're doing just like obscure things. I think they're just trying something new to help keep them going as a company, or else they're probably going to run out of ideas. And even with this, they could run out of ideas with sports because there are only so many sports in the world. But
There's like we were talking though, if if they could figure out a way to do collaboration things, they would never run out.
Yeah.
I mean, and they could like Lego City again. I'm gonna and Lego Star Wars. They even can reuse most of the same ideas a lot of the times and just upgrade them. It's not really simple, but it is at the same time.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I just hope that they include a lot more things and not just soccer, so that it's not unfair.
Yep.
Because I do like other sports other than soccer. I do like football and basketball. But yeah.
All right. So now we're coming down to our last 3 planned topics. And that next one is Lego education. Okay. So these are the controversial for me, the worst Lego sets I've seen in my time period. Lego education. And these are science kits. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these waste of space. So I don't know about you, Carson, but to me, this seems like a waste of memory on the Lego website.
I see what Lego's trying to do, trying to incorporate science and learning into their kits, but I don't know if they understand how much you learn by just putting bricks together. That's fine motor skills. You learn so much by just putting bricks together and thinking your own way. But I see what they're trying to do here. I don't know if I exactly like it. I like that they're encouraging kids to learn more, but in this way, it's not exactly my favorite. I was talking to you earlier about this, and I was saying they're doing sciencey part of it, and it's really just like it's science kit that you build a base, and then you can build like a mock with it, which I actually sort of like the mock part. If they could just sell a base kit that comes with a bunch of these other pieces, you can build your own mock with it. So Lego isn't telling you exactly what you have to do, which is so much more of what Lego is now. But adding the science part to it isn't exactly my favorite.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that the mock thing is great, but in the case of these, it was not really giving you a hey, go ahead and build this on your own. It's just saying, here's a pile of bricks that doesn't have any purpose as far as we're concerned. And
you just get a bunch of bricks.
Like I told you earlier, I mean, you're paying $50 for 2 minifigures, 2 brick-built penguins, a penguin egg, and a whale? I'm not gonna pay $50 for that. I'm not. And then a pile of bricks and a small platform that you really don't have that much space to use bricks. I'm very confused as to what they're supposed to be used for. All the bricks are for, because in the Moon Mission Science Kit, there's 17 photos and none of them explain what it's for. And when I first heard about this, I was looking all over the place for it, and I never found anything. And there's a total of $300 worth of this stuff. That doesn't really make much sense to me.
Yeah, I already said it doesn't exactly make sense. Like it makes sense what they're trying to do. It's just not a Lego thing to do. I do see maybe what they could be trying to do next. They're launching Smart Brick and this at the same time. If they combine these two, that might be interesting. Mechanics with Lego. They've already done a little bit of that. Just like they made a robot a while ago that you could build and program to do what you wanted with it. If they're doing that on a smaller scale, that actually might be interesting. Right now, no mechanics, not really fun.
Yeah, so uh I I mean, I do think that there's some fun play features. Like you can, if you do certain things besides technique, you really don't get to do that. So it's nice to see them doing it with actual bricks. But at the same time, I've seen a lot about this for a long while, and I think that it's messed up that there's hardly anything. I mean, it's just against Lego, in my opinion. And there's just, yeah, I think it's really just against Lego. What do you think? It just doesn't make sense as far as
It doesn't
Lego's
make
core values.
it doesn't make sense for what Lego is doing right now. Um, yeah, I really agree with you, Beckett. This doesn't seem like a Lego thing to do. I don't know if I'd exactly say against Lego, but it's not like Lego to do
Yeah,
this.
Lego's all about play and
Yeah,
about fun.
in
And I
in, in
don't see
learning,
either of those two things within these four
like
sets.
there's a little bit of playability, but you actually learn so much through playing. Your mind is working to put the bricks together in the right way. You have an image you want to create. You're building it. You are learning so much using your own creativity, being a little bit dependent sometimes, like I said before, fine motor skills. It's a lot of learning just playing with Lego. You don't have to make sets specifically for that.
I like that you use the word fine motor skills. I can see that you've been paying attention in family consumer sciences.
Yes, I have.
Um, anyways, I just think that these are, as I was saying, right now, I'm not seeing any of those two things out of these sets. But as you were saying, I think that they could have potential. I like the idea. I just don't like, I don't like the idea of the sets themselves. I like the idea of the theme.
Yeah, like you said earlier when we were talking like the space one, you're trying to make the ship move from Earth to Moon and land in a certain way. That's good as a toy. It just doesn't have to be made out of Lego. It could be a completely different toy that isn't made out of Lego. I like the idea, just not how they're doing it.
Really kind of frustrates me is that why don't they just adopt like these sets could have been really cool. I think that I would have loved to play with them if they could have been like the Antarctica Animal Science Kit. That would be cool. But like,
As a
why didn't
full
they
set.
adopt Lego City? Lego City's characteristics. I mean, it would look really cool as a Lego City set
Like
and
as a
turned it
full scale
and not
set.
as an actual city set, but like the Lego City features, how that's set up, and why don't they make that as like a Lego Science Kit?
Yeah, I like it. I like what you're saying, Beckett. Like, make these as a full set rather than like these would all be great as full sets. Like the Arctic Animal Science Kit I just saw down there actually like looks really cool if it was a full set.
So, in my opinion, I mean, well, I guess, what do you think about the uh, actual experiments themselves? Because to me, I don't see much of an experiment in a couple of them. Well, and any of them, they don't. It
I
seems
see.
more just like again, you have to do something right to make it so that the spaceship lands a certain way, but like
Yeah.
that's something that's somewhat STEM or STEAM or STEM, whatever you want to say, but like it's not really what I would call an experiment.
Yeah.
And
It's
let alone a $50 to $100 kit.
yeah. I wouldn't call that a kit. I would call that I don't know what I would call it. I don't know, but
At least they didn't call it a set.
Yeah, you don't call that a set. But like I said before, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people more engaged, kids more engaged in learning. But I don't know if they're going about it the right way. Like I can see some kids are probably gonna have a ton of fun with this. I just think when I think of Lego, I think of learning with my hands in my mind, not something about physics or this has to move this way to equal that.
Yeah, I like doing that with other things. Not Lego's supposed to just be a toy, and I don't think that they should join the education system.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else? Any more comments? I mean, I just don't think that I'm not going to advise any of you guys to run around and chase tails for this one because it's not great.
I'm gonna keep it in the back of my mind. I'm gonna think about it some more. I'm not gonna say it's absolutely terrible. I'm gonna keep my mind open about it. And
I
if it
do
does,
think, again, I think it could turn
take
cool.
a good turn.
Yeah,
It
a
could
really
take a
good turn.
but it also could just go downhill. So
Yep.
we don't have to daunt your vision of this. If you want to buy them and you think they're really cool, go ahead and buy them. But I honestly don't think I would buy any of these besides for color pieces.
But again, I have really high standards for what sets the Lego bar, and this just doesn't meet it, in my opinion, my standards. But
Yeah.
again, we're also sitting on a podcast right now critiquing it. It's not a typical what. Oh, right. What I was going to say was, it's not like this set is for a 4-year-old. It's not like it. It doesn't make sense for why it should be bare. It's for 8+, and there's some way more sophisticated sets for 8+.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could see why it's so uncomplex is because it's supposed to be for all ages.
Yeah.
And again, it just doesn't meet the bar. All right. Well, our next topic is tech in Lego smart play systems. All right. Stay tuned. Okay, guys. So we have the smart play category, and this is something that has gotten people head over heels because it is weird, really weird. Carson, when did you think that there would start being computers in Lego?
You know, it hadn't crossed my mind until I knew that there was going to be Lego with technology in them.
And
so
it's not necessarily a great thing because a lot of, well, at least, I mean, some people are saying that it ruined the minifigures because now they look weird. So I want to take a look at that for myself and see if Luke Skywalker really does look weird.
In his X-Wing.
Anyway, so it's just kind of a interesting topic because it's not something that you would really think about, but it comes with the smart brick. The smart brick can do anything. It makes noises, and it's really hard to explain, but if you go to our newsletter again, bricknerds.home.blog, there's a ton of information there. And it's just really hard to explain, but basically the smart brick has a bunch of sensors, and if it sees a certain color, it'll make a certain noise. If it sees a certain smart tags, and it will react to that based off of that. It'll react to the minifigures if it gets within a certain distance of the minifigures. And it's just kind of something different. It doesn't actually add that much to the cost of this set. It's smart play, and it's this is the X-Wing.
This one actually has a smart brick, right?
Yep, it's $90 and it's 600 pieces. So that really, and then there's Star Wars tax. So really, this is just a normal set for Star Wars. But
Yeah.
like, let's say Star Wars tax $10. Okay, and so then it becomes $70. That means the smart brick really only adds like $20 plus the charger, including the charger. And this set actually does have some neat things. The X-Wing just looks awful. They all look awful. All the things from this look awful in the set, except for maybe the gas guy, the gas driver, the vehicle there. I mean, to me, the other ones look really basic and just not really worth it. But they're cool. They're cool objects, just not great as the Lego set.
I think it's gonna be great for the younger generation because they are like
not
really,
used to imagination, or I guess that's
Yeah.
what it is. And it's not just about imagination. It does add really cool things, but is it beneficial to Lego kind?
I think Lego's got the I didn't think Lego was gonna do this, but I used to I heard they were gonna do it. I was unsure about it. I tried to go into it with open head, and then I saw what it could do, and I really, really liked it. So I like
I'm
the
excited
Legos
for it.
doing-
I just don't like the way these Star Wars sets look. The
Yeah,
first thing in Star Wars, it just doesn't look that great.
Yeah, it doesn't look that great, but I think it is definitely more geared towards younger because they don't care as much about the appearance.
Yeah.
So I hope they do get some better sets. Hopefully, it's gonna.
And the younger generation is obviously going to care about the pew 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 and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I think that again the sets just aren't great, but like the smart, I don't care about that. I just care about smart play, and it's amazing. It's super cool. I think that it's beneficial because it's going to be great. And what happens to one day if we get AI in Lego? I mean, what if?
Yeah.
Do you think that'll ever happen, or just probably not?
Things that can talk back to you. That would be cool, but
I think it would be cool because every time that I would leave my Lego table, they would just start going on their own.
Becca has a
Obviously,
giant.
it would have certain programmed things, but I still think that it would be really cool.
Yeah, so Becca has a giant Lego city, and he just has a lot of Lego city sets all attached together. And if there was AI, it could just actually run as a city while he left for the day.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
If you made
I would hope that they do that.
Yeah,
I can't wait till they add that to other sets,
yes.
other themes. Do you think that?
I think that the like we talked about before, the Lego editions, just doing soccer seemed a little bit biased. Just starting Star Wars for this also seems just a little bit biased, but it's also smart play. It was an easy thing to start with. There's just blaster noises.
They make the noises.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it won't be very long. They're gonna wait to get a reaction. How is this going to do? And then they're going to join it. They're going to do it. But I'm just excited about this. I think that it has a lot of potential. When I say a lot, I can't even describe. But
yeah.
Do you think it's an unnecessary cost?
I think
even the Smart Play compatible sets, which I think is ridiculous. Like, why are they going to give us 5 sets that are Smart Play compatible, bump up the price, and why don't they just make every set? They should go back in time and I was talking about this to you at a basketball game. Why?
Yeah.
It would be cool if they even took retired sets, or if they could make a smart brick that anyone could make their own smart tags, custom Lego shops could make smart tags for even retired sets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you were telling me, wouldn't it be cool if you could every set had the ability to be smart play, but it didn't have to
have a smart
There
brick.
have to be. I don't like how this says Smart Play compatible. Smart Play compatible. Why don't you just give us a regular set and say,
Yeah. So
or just make the Smart Brick adaptable so that it can go into a regular set?
yeah. See, my main problem with this is I'm fine with Star Wars making Smart Light compatible bricks, but they don't look like Star Wars that we're used to getting. So I hope that like it's this is really just the beginning of it. It's probably gonna get way better. They're gonna look better and still be compatible. But I don't want this to be the future of Star Wars. Every set is compatible, and there's only a few sets with bricks, and they all look like this. I think the sets that have the bricks, the price and the look are okay because they're geared toward younger people. But the ones that are compatible should look like regular sets, I think at least.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that just because it kind of I was really excited about the Mos Eisley Cantina and
yeah,
now seeing it, it's like ooh. And
I saw it and I was like,
they're replacing the 2017 UCS Millennium Falcon with this atrocious Smart Play Millennium Falcon that looks nothing realistic. And that's an $850 set. So sure, not that many people are gonna drop that much money, but at the same time, like you can't just take that off the shelves and replace it with $100 one that's way overpriced. Like that ruins the legacy. That's an insult
Millennium Falcons were pretty good until
until now.
yeah.
And the last good Millennium Falcon, I would consider the Dark Falcon, Falcon as a Millennium Falcon. So I'm gonna kind of count that, but like the midi set,
Yeah.
that one's
One
not
thing
great.
I didn't like about the Dark Falcon was it was just a regular Millennium Falcon but black. They could have done a
Yeah.
whole new design for it, but
They were so close to getting an affordable Millennium Falcon, and they're like,
yeah.
nope. Yeah. It kind of frustrates me that like they're close. They could help us out, and then they don't. But
Yeah. Smart Play, pretty cool. Going in the it's going in a good direction. I hope it goes in a good direction. It's starting out good despite the Smart Play compatible sets looking awful, but I think it does have a lot of potential. Like you said, it's gonna be really cool.
yeah, uh, I think that is pretty sweet, and yeah, I'm gonna bring on. I'd like to do an interview about just the imagination because I do have someone who wants to talk about that, and yeah. Hey guys, I brought on a guest today, like an actual guest, not just like me bringing on Carson. Today we have a real Brick Nerds fan, and this could be you. So I'm just gonna ask you for your name. Brick Nerds #1 fan.
Oh, hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi,
I'm
Amanda.
so happy to be here.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about Smart Play, Smart Bricks, tech, and Lego. Like, who could have guessed that?
Right.
Okay, so do you think as I know that you're not much of a Lego fan after spending a lot of time with you, but what do you think? Just as a question before we start, what's your favorite Lego theme,
Definitely city.
and why is that?
I think that the city sets are made to be super interactive for kids. I think that they can grow with the sets. I love that you can add all sorts of different things into them. I just think it's a really fun thing for them. It's not just something that's going to sit on a shelf. It's something that can be used and does look really cool when it's displayed too.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
And what age are they? Do they have Lego City sets?
Yes, they are 10 and 12, and my 12-year-old could probably rival you in being obsessed with Lego. And yes, our house looks like Legoland. So we definitely have a lot of different sets. The city is definitely our biggest one.
Well,
We
it's
have a
good to
city.
hear. It's good to hear that I'm talking with a Lego super fan. Are you into Lego or?
My son does not allow anyone to touch the Legos. We can just look at them. He
That's fine.
likes, if we try to play Legos with him, we aren't allowed. So I just get to watch. I think Legos are really cool. I myself love like puzzles and different things like that. So I think Lego would be fun, but at the same time, that's a lot for me to spend on an activity that I'm not going to be interactive with. And so I don't personally do Lego myself.
Well, with the Smart Play, you can interact with it. Now,
Well, see, I have
do
a
you think that
different
it's
view with
benefit?
that. I
Do you
think
think
that, wait, go ahead.
do you think that it's beneficial for Lego kind or?
I think that Lego might get some different um, people, different consumers to purchase them. I think that's probably what they're looking for is people that maybe aren't currently using Legos, kids that are used to a truck that makes noises or a dinosaur that makes a noise. I think that that's what they're probably trying to get. I don't think this is necessarily something that people that already have Lego and are already interested in Lego. I don't know what they're trying to do to get those people interested in it. I myself am not a huge I mean, I guess I'll have to wait and see like when it actually comes out. I've seen the intro videos or the promos for it, but I guess hesitant to jump on board that train. I think it'll be interesting to see it once it comes out, but I myself, the way my child plays with them, it's something that I don't think they needed to do.
And do you think like it's an unnecessary cost, or would you say that like
Yes, 100%. I think that it's kind of sad, and just the way that I see that or I guess the way that I'm understanding it is, like, what's so wrong with a child making the noise of the airplane or the siren on the car or whatever these sound effects are supposed to be. To me, I think that's taking something away from kids and their imagination. And I'm a big imaginative play. I want my kids to do those things on themselves rather than just buying a piece of tech for them to play with, I guess, if that makes sense.
yeah? So do you think that like that you'd be like open to the idea of maybe let's say every set could have the smart brick potential, but like they're not going to add that to it.
Right, but I still think that it's just another added cost, an unnecessary added cost. Because if it's compatible with it, then that still has to have whatever, it's got to have something extra in it, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So it's just a way to get people to spend more money, in my opinion. But um, again, I don't know that much about it, I guess, to have too much of an opinion until it comes out and to see it. But no, I don't think that you need that. I think kids, if they because there's a couple different types of people that use Lego, right? You have people like Carson that do all these like crazy mock builds and don't need the instructions and don't need all the extra bells and whistles, and they're gonna just make it from extra pieces or whatever. You have where you can get, like, I bought one time a huge tote of Lego pieces for us, and probably most of those are still unused because my son isn't too much into the coming up with different things or whatever. He very much has the personality where he likes the instructions. He likes everything, the pieces to be just so. So you've got people like that, and then yeah, there probably is going to be people that want to do these smart bricks, and there'll be people that buy them just to have it. It's something new that comes out, and
I'm probably gonna get at least one of them just to see what it's like.
Right.
Because if I had to pick one, I would definitely get the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. I think that's probably the highest quality one. All these ones, the builds are awful, awful builds. And I think that's just kind of, I wish that in that sense, I wish that we didn't have the smart brick, because if that's going to be the result, it's not beneficial.
Right.
And I would rather that, I think that the only one that there's the ATST and the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. I think that those ones are both pretty decent as far as they're still a little bit. No, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter is a little bit overpriced, but like the ATST isn't, and they just both kind of look decent. Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's like the smart brick idea is a good one? Like, I know that you voice your opinions, but do you think that it's still like a good idea?
I mean, I guess to really have a full opinion of it, I'd want to see the set first or see what it can do. I mean, I guess it might be a good idea to get, Lego does so many things for fine motor skills for kids, and it's something different for them to do, and gets their minds thinking a different way. So I think that if you can get some more kids that want to do it because it will make the sounds or do those different things, I think that's great.
Yeah, it'll bring in a whole new batch of customers. So maybe they'll start with that, but maybe they'll get some more. Maybe that's the point. Maybe they're not supposed to be good sets, and so when they see, oh, that's a lot better of a set, they'll jump to that. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, so I don't know. I'd say the jury's still out on whether or not it's going to be a good thing. I think Lego definitely probably has had, some things over the years where they've tried and they've failed or whatever, and this might be that, but it also might be a successful thing. But I don't think that it's ever going to replace just the basic sets that they have. I think the other things, I think you'll still go out and buy the city set and it'll be cool. I think the Home Alone house that you have behind you is amazing. You don't need it to have the smart play or things in it. I mean, it might make it cool if it did have some extra little things in it, but I don't think it's needed. I think Lego's still going to be fine on its own.
Mm-hmm. And with that, let's bang the gavel. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I love your show, and I will love to listen to it and watch it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So I just want to thank Amanda again for coming on, and because that was a cool interview. I think that is a great idea, and I think that Smart Play has a great future. And Carson?
I think it's probably going to go in the right direction. It's good for what they're using it for. Just need to touch up the sets a little bit and probably put the bricks in every set or make the sets nicer if they're going to be compatible.
Yeah, I think it'll be better it'll be better in the future than it will be now. And let's move on to our next and final topic. Okay, so this is the Lego Insiders app. And yes, you do have to be an insider to do that. You don't know how to do that, go to lego.com or watch one of my earlier episodes where I do talk about that. Anyway, this is the app, and it's actually really neat. This is the first time Lego's actually come out with an app specifically for just for shopping. There's been some really weird apps in the past, not good ones. And I've been really looking forward to something like this, and they finally came out with it. And even more than that, it's Lego Insiders. So just above, if you're on YouTube watching this, just above where you can see is where the membership barcode is, and you can scan that in Lego stores. You can't do that in retail stores, but if you scan it in Lego stores, you'll earn more insider points. You can also redeem stuff on there, and the next Another thing about this is that so you can shop and it looks exactly like the Lego website. Just you don't have to open the browser. Bunch of reviews say it's not really like a huge deal. It was like 3 stars, surprisingly. But it's not necessary, and something that's not necessary is not gonna do really well in the Lego world. And it does look really cool. Just on the Star Wars side, it's just looks impressive. When you're shopping, I personally like it better than the website, just because it's like my all-in-one center for Lego stuff. And yeah, I'm waiting for Lego to create a social media thing. I know that there's stuff out there that fans have created, but if Lego can hit that, that'd be even better.
Yeah.
I think this is great. It's a really good addition to Lego, especially if you're an insider. Yeah, just better than opening a browser. Not technically necessary, but it is more convenient. Another luxury that we have.
I do like it better. Again, I like that Lego finally made an app. I think it's cool, but again, not necessarily necessary. Anyway, that was the small topic, but I did want to address that because I know a lot of people out there. If you didn't already know about it, when I found out, I was like shocked and I was super excited, so I immediately downloaded it. Anyway, Carson, thanks for coming on. Had great discussions today. Make sure to go and subscribe to our podcasting channels, our YouTube channels. Someday in the future, there might be a radio station, if you can believe that. We've been talking about that, and that'd be a big jump, but we play some Cookies in the House, Cookies in the House,
Yeah.
Cookies in the House now. Anyway, thank you for watching. And again, check out the airport review video that I made, and go to our website, go to bricknerds.home.blog, all that kind of great stuff. And scroll through the description. I know it seems super boring, but you might not ever know what you're gonna find, and might end up wishing that you had. Carson, thank you for coming on again. Can't stress that enough. And I hope let the YouTube algorithm know that you like this video. Give it a like, give it a comment. If you let us know what you thought about these topics, and share this video. If you didn't like this video or you like the channel overall, just give it a comment, and that will suggest it to other people. And then other people can say how bad it is, and then you can win too. And everyone else will think that this is awful, and it'll become infamous. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time on Brick Nerds!